Do you belch, get instantly bloated, or suffer from severe indigestion or heartburn every time you eat? It's time to fix that problem for good. Hi, I'm Danny Curtin. Thanks for joining me today. In this video, I'm going to help you figure out the root cause of your immediate digestive discomfort. And together, we'll make sense of the most common digestive issues specifically related to stomach health. So stick around because I'm going to give you my personal strategy that not only helped me, but will help you start to get your digestion back on track. Stomach health dysfunction, indigestion, bloating, belching, and heartburn. These are all very uncomfortable, sometimes embarrassing, and they can be extremely bad for your health. I'm happy to say you can do something about these issues right now. And the great thing is, it's super simple. But before we get to the strategy specifics, I want you to know that I am not going to tell you what foods to eat and what foods to avoid. The message in this video is about being comfortable and being able to live your life. You are what you digest, not what you eat. So many people are stuck in this dichotomy of eating well, but are still miserable because they can't digest all of the nutrient-dense food they're eating. These people, including me, and probably you, have tried to figure out what foods to cut out to avoid the daily heartache and stomachache. So, in comes some type of restrictive diet. And I'll say, restrictive diets definitely have their place, and many people have changed their lives with them. But over the long term, the research is starting to show that all of these diets, and I'm talking gluten-free, carnivore, paleo, anti-inflammatory, keto, low FODMAP, low histamine, and countless others, people are starting to develop some pretty extreme eating habits as well as nutrient deficiencies. For example, after about 6 weeks on the low FODMAP diet, you start to kill off your microbiome species that produce butyrate, which is a short-chain fatty acid that provides fuel for the cells of your gut lining and supports immune system functions of the colon wall, which protects against certain diseases of the digestive tract. So I'm going to help you enable yourself to eat a wide variety of foods for optimal health and at the same time be able to live your life and have that Christmas cookie or apple pie and maybe even that glass of wine. Don't get me wrong, I'm not promoting that you eat processed, high sugar content junk food, but you should be able to enjoy certain foods in moderation without ruining yourself for days after that dinner party. Okay, so we're moving on to step 1, but when society talks about healthy and comfortable digestion, virtually everyone, including the majority of the natural health industry, skips over some of the most important steps that you have to take in order to digest properly. Step 1, take a breath and relax. Stress negatively impacts your digestion and has been linked to IBS, ulcers, constipation, and many other symptoms. When you're stressed, it is very hard for the digestive system to function properly. And more specifically, it is very difficult to produce enough stomach acid to break down your food and start the enzymatic processes that need to begin. So before you eat your next meal, at the very least, try to de-stress. Even if you're super busy, try to sit down. Close your eyes for 20 to 30 seconds. Think about what you're thankful for. Maybe say a prayer. Do whatever feels good to you before you take that first bite. If you can turn off your sympathetic nervous system, you're going to improve your digestion immensely. Step 2, chew your food completely. We are all in a hurry and we take bites of food that are way too big, and we chew our food about half as much as we should. You really aren't saving any amount of measurable time when you eat so fast, but you are causing immeasurable damage to your digestive system and your overall health. Step 3, you've got to support your stomach health. The stomach always gets ignored. We all want to skip right to the more exciting stuff. We want exciting products, microbiome support, stool testing, new diets, but we keep forgetting that the stomach stays the same. The stomach is an amazing organ and it has to detoxify all of that incoming food, all of those germs that you're swallowing, viruses, bacteria, and other chemicals in the water you drink. It's got to unfold the proteins that you're eating so that the digestive enzymes can do their job. Stomach function needs to be supported. And unfortunately, there is an epidemic of low stomach acid. So if you get your stomach health right and you get your stomach acid back in balance, the rest of your digestive system won't be playing catch up all of the time. So with that point, if you're dealing with bad digestion, especially heartburn, immediate bloating when you eat, and lots of belching, you're more than likely low in stomach acid. You might feel like you have high acid if you've got burning in the back of your throat, but biologically, the esophageal sphincter, which is the doorway that opens and closes to let food into the stomach, is stimulated to close when stomach acid is high. If it's not high enough, the doorway doesn't close and acidic food bubbles up into your esophagus and even into your throat, making it feel like there's too much acid. Also, low acid food will ferment in the stomach, and excess overgrowth can push that doorway open too, and that's going to cause the same issue. Your stomach literally turns into a brewery. You might be thinking, there's no way that I have low stomach acid. But with practitioners that have tested patients that have heartburn, bloating, gas, and other chronic digestive issues, up to 80% of those people have tested for low stomach acid. The great thing is that you don't need to spend $300, $400, $500, or $600 on a stomach acid test, which is really uncomfortable anyway. For under $10, you can find out if you have low stomach acid by simply supplementing with Betaine HCL, which is basically replacement stomach acid. It doesn't matter what product you try. I'll leave a recommendation in the description below, but I do like to recommend that you find a Betaine HCL product that also has pepsin. And I do recommend a fairly small dose to start. That's why the product I'm recommending is only about 324 milligrams of HCL per tablet. And I know tablets aren't great because of the binders, but for beginners, I like tablets because you can break them in half. If you find a capsule that you like, you can always open it up and pour some of the contents out. So to start the Betaine HCL supplementation, you're going to want to take half of a pill, or roughly 150 milligrams with your dinner, as long as you eat protein. If you don't eat protein, then don't do this. But if you do eat protein, take half a pill at dinner and see what happens. If you don't feel anything, then tomorrow try one full pill with dinner. And you're going to want to keep adding about 150 milligrams a day until you feel some sort of heartburn. Now, you're going to want to have a little bit of baking soda on hand so that when you do start to feel the burning, you can take about a half a teaspoon with water to neutralize the acid. You may even need to take a full teaspoon depending on when this happens and how much HCL you have taken. This is the point at which you have found the right dose, so you should go back to the previous day's dose the following day and continue to take that without any issue. And typically, within the first week, you should notice that your belching, heartburn, and instant bloating are much better. I do need to point out that there are some people that will never feel any burning, but you'll know that you have taken more than you need when you start to have loose stool. So if you're one of those people that can take several grams without any burning, make sure to back off to the dose that allows you to have more normal bowel movements. And that's it. Those are my first 3 steps to better digestion. If you have other digestive issues stemming from further down the digestive tract, stay tuned for part 2 next week, where I'll continue on to the small intestine. And I'll be focusing on cramps, constipation, nutrient absorption, and getting your digestive enzyme function back on track. And if you want to go even further, part 3 will cover the large intestine, colon, and microbiome. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe so we can continue to spread the word about taking care of our own health naturally. And for questions, please comment below. Again, I'm Danny Curtin. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.